Well, hello and good evening to everyone. Yes, it's CK. I am back and thank you for joining me. Thank you for connecting with me. Thank you for your support, your love and support. Listen, I am excited to be back and just connecting with you. Let me introduce myself because, as usual, I'm trying to come in and then just come in and moving right along and moving real quickly and just taking time to share with you a victory moment with CK. If you don't know and you may be just like catching my live for the moment or catching it on the replay, I am CK. I am Carmen King. I am your CEO and owner of KM Travels. I am also an author, speaker. I am your travel specialist, and I am what we will call a inspirational, motivational speaker. And I just love connecting to you and sharing this victory moment. And this victory moment is because there's some upcoming things that are about to transpire, and you'll get more information about it as as the closer it gets to certain things. I'm an author, and I don't share that all the time on my YouTube channel, but I'm an author of two collab books and an upcoming solo book, which is the Dewdrop Moment, which I was normally doing the Dewdrop Moment. Now I changed it to the Victory Moment because that's going to be my second solo book. But the Dewdrop Moment is my first solo book, which shall be coming out shortly. And then the Victory Moment is going to be the second book. All of it is coming out shortly, and I'm excited to share and connect with you and bring this inspiration, motivation to you. So I thank you for joining me live, and I thank you for those that are going to catch this on the replay. Listen, I just want to bring a few moments to talk to you a few moments today as we talk about still show up for life. What are you talking about, CK? Still show up for life. Life can be up, life can be down, life can be exciting. Life can be basically a learning experience, a growing experience, and all of those things. Things that we just don't um really understand, but we just take it one day at a time, one moment at a time. So, what I want to talk about today is just showing up for life, even in the midst of everything, just showing up for life. So, the first thing I want to talk about is rise above it all. Rising above it all. What are you talking about, CK? It is don't quit, don't give up, or give in. Don't quit, don't give up, or don't give in. Again, don't quit, don't give up, don't give in. And just understand that everything that you're going through and everything that we go through is an experience for the next. Things, we call it the process, and it's never easy. We don't like it. And then it also gets rid of the things that are just not doing good for your life. It also brings things that are going to make things better for your life. So rise above it. And that's the number one. Rise above it all. That's how you show up for life, by rising above it all. This is all part of victory, rising above it all. Number two, own your own life, knowing that, you know, everything and face the things that you can change and the things that you can't change and face the things that you can't change and change the things that you can. Face the things that you can change and change the things that you can't. And that's how you do that. That's how you show up for life anyway. By you facing the reality, facing the things that you can change, facing the things that you can't change, and making that and just balancing it out. Like, what can I do? How can I change this? And if I can't change it, how can I handle it in my life? And is there something that I just need to just get rid of? So like I said, number one is rise above it. That's how you still show up. Number two, what you're doing is owning your own life, owning the things that that's just facing the things that you can change, changing the things that you can. And that's number two. And I'm moving on this very quickly as we talk about number three. Simply set yourself up to show up. Simply set yourself up to show up. Simply set yourself up to show up. The right mindset, the attitude, and your capabilities. Great evening, my beautiful Janelle, and your impact. Good to see you. The right mindset, the attitude, your capabilities, and your impact. That's how you set yourself up. As we're talking about showing up, still showing up for life. God says, and it's so funny as you stepped in, Janelle. God says He has given us life and life more abundantly. Good to see you, sis. And He would have that we have life and have life more abundantly. And part of living a victorious life is showing up for life, not hiding and dodging the things that you have to most likely have to face. Show up, show up, even when it may seem difficult to show up. Even when, and this is where I said number one, to rise above it. Rise above it. Even when it's and just changing and just owning your life. That means knowing that God has given you a beautiful life. And we may not see it in the midst of everything that may be happening, but there's a plan, there's a purpose, and there's a process that we're all going through. But the way we receive it, the way we handle it, the way we do what we do makes the difference and makes us have that victorious life. As God said, we are more than conquerors. But are we really conquerors if we don't show up for life? If we don't show up? You know, my coach was talking about this today. There is someone waiting for you to show up. There's someone that needs to hear and receive your coaching or your word of encouragement. Show up. There's someone that needs to know that just like you made it through, they can make it through. And thank you so much, Jay. And sis, and this is what we have to understand. So, we got to stop, worrying about people and know that there's a purpose and a plan for our lives. And someone needs us to show up. Someone needs us to just say that word of encouragement and to help them through the journey, to help them along the journey, to help them to see the next, to help them to understand you can make it. So as I shared, Yeah, this is so important right now, especially with the shifting and the changes that are about to happen. So number one, as I recap and get ready to close out, number one, still the bottom line is still show up for life. And I talked about number one, rising above it all. Rising above the negative, rising above the things that try to detour you, rising above the things that try to shift your mindset, shift your attitude, rising above, and don't quit, and don't give up, and don't give in. That's the mindset. That's what you have to, that's the number one priority, rising above it all. Number two, owning your life, not letting someone else dictate your life, but allowing God to guide your life. He said, if you acknowledge him in all your ways, he will direct your pathway. And he's just waiting for you to surrender to him so that he can direct your pathway. Yeah, that's a very strong situation, that we always worry about or be concerned about people and their what they're thinking. But God says trust him. God says obey him. God says, oh, believe him. And you know I have to put that in there. So as I talk about number two, and as I reiterated, owning your own, that accepting that what you can change, you change. What you can't change, you work with it. And you realize, what can I do? Because I definitely, there are some things you can never change. And let me give you a secret. People, you can't change them. People, let me tell you a little secret. People, you cannot change them. People are going to do what they want, say what they want, and it has nothing about being imperfect. Because whether we're imperfect, and we know that we're imperfect, you're still responsible for your actions. We're all imperfect. We all make mistakes. We all are not all always doing the perfect thing, or always doing what the things we're supposed to do. But one thing, we have to take responsibility for our actions. That's what I'm going to say. Take responsibility for your actions. And the final thing I want to talk about is simply set yourself up to show up. Set yourself up to show up. Set yourself up to show up. The right mindset, the right attitude, your capabilities, and your impact. Your attitude, your mindset, your capabilities. Let's say it again. And your impact. Because whether you know it or not, you have a negative impact on lives, or you have a positive impact on lives. It's how you show up. And again, we're all imperfect, but we have to take responsibility for our action. Because when you do something once, it's a mistake. But when you keep doing something over and over, see, I'm trying to leave. But when you keep doing the same thing all the time, now it's a choice. And I'm done. Now it's a choice. So, responsible for your actions. Be responsible for your actions. Be responsible for how you handle people. Be responsible. Perfection has nothing to do with your responsibility to how you show up and the impact that you have on people's lives. I didn't mean to preach, but I just meant to share something that I know that there are changes happening right now. And we have to take responsibility for our actions. Stop making excuses. I'm done. Show it still show up for life. There's a purpose, there's a plan, and it has nothing to do with being perfect. But it has to do with your mindset. It has to do with your attitude. It has to do with setting yourself up in how you show up. Are you showing up in honesty? Are you showing up in truth? And are you showing up in reality? God said you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Don't be afraid to tell the truth. If you have a truth to tell the truth. Show up real, show up honestly. Because again, being imperfect, we're all imperfect, has nothing to do with you being real and you telling the truth and you showing up and how you impact others' lives. Love and blessings to everybody. I thank you for joining me today. I thank you for connecting with me today. Thank you for those that are going to catch the replay. I thank you for those that continue to just connect with me and just show up with me. I thank you for your support, your love, and your real. Love and blessings. Thank you, my Trisha, for coming in. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you for those again that are going to catch this on the replay. And as I close out, I am CK. I am your travel specialist, CEO and owner of KM Travels, author, speaker, inspirational, motivational speaker. And this is what I love to do because we're moving forward. And let's keep moving forward. And victory means moving forward. Victory means showing up. Victory means showing up with the right mindset, the right attitude, your capabilities, your impact. Not about being perfect, but about being responsible for your actions. Love and hugs, everybody. And I end off just saying thank you again for your love and support. Have a great rest of the evening. Let's do this week. And let's simply set ourselves up to show up for life this week and watch victory this week. Watch victory this week. Love and blessings, everybody. Thank you again. Thank you again. See you on Wednesday as we continue with this victory moment.